Hey, what's up guys, it is Slikk or Slcmof here. I'm back again with another video. This one I want to talk about Batman, the Telltale Series, and we are, believe it or not, roughly 1 week away from the premiere of Batman, the Telltale Series. Today's Monday, it comes out on Tuesday, August the 8th. Today's July 31st as I'm recording this video, so therefore, a little over a week until we get, Season 2, Episode 1 of the game, which is crazy to think about. This announcement for me personally is still a big surprise that I'm sort of in shock of still. But I want to talk about characters that I would like to see, because when I think about the first season of Batman, the Telltale Series, it really explored a lot of things that we have not seen in Batman lore. First of all, it explored Batman's heritage, which again, we don't see very often. And not only that, we got to see the sort of crime underpinnings of Gotham and the secrets of Gotham, which also goes full circle with the history of Bruce Wayne's family. And those, again, are things that we don't see too often. The Long Halloween explores the crime aspects of it a little bit. In some comics, Dark Victory, etc., sort of towards the earlier ages of Batman's career. But in general, we get to see the supervillain sort of era of Batman's career. He's fighting the Joker and the Riddler, and that is what we get in the second season. So I really look forward to seeing a lot of the classic things that we've seen with Batman, including Batman fighting the Joker, Batman fighting the Riddler, and also included with that is awesome sidekicks. So really in the first season, it was just Batman and Alfred, with a few exceptions, Lucius Fox on your team as well. But large in part, it was just you and Alfred. And I am hoping that maybe that will change and other allies of Batman that are, typical in the comics and stuff like that will be introduced. So who would I like to see in this game? There's 3 characters in particular. I will talk about one villain that I hope to see, but I also will talk about 2 heroes as well. So the first of which is a character that is already confirmed to exist in this universe via the Bat computer in Season 1, and that is Barbara Gordon. So considering that Jim Gordon and Bruce Wayne are relatively young in this universe, I feel that Barbara Gordon may still be in high school, not pursuing her PhD in library sciences on an accelerated path and all the stuff that we see in the comics. I just don't see that happening at this point in the game, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we will get to see her. But what could they do with this character? And to me, one of the most interesting dynamics in all of comics is the interaction between Bruce Wayne as Batman, Barbara Gordon, and Jim Gordon in sort of this triangle of drama. And Telltale manages this type of character tension really well. And that is that, Bruce Wayne as Batman is hiding the fact from one of his best friends, Jim Gordon, that his daughter is actually working underneath him, which he knows he would not approve of, that she is working underneath him. And not only that, Jim Gordon doesn't know that Barbara Gordon is being Batgirl, etc., etc. So that is a very interesting dynamic that Telltale, I think, could explore really well. Do you lie to Jim Gordon about Barbara Gordon working underneath you as Batgirl? Do you, disclose that to him and be open about it? And then obviously he would not be happy about that. So that type of drama, I think, has a lot of potential in Telltale games and is really what they, in my opinion, are very, very good at. So I would like to see that character dynamic. Will we see it? I don't know. Maybe they'll jump straight to Oracle and have Barbara Gordon be Oracle right away from her high school years. I think that could be a very cool thing as well. But I would really like to see a sidekick for Batman in this season. We haven't seen any glimpse of that yet in the promo material for Season 2. So I'm not getting my hopes that it will exist at all or even right away, but I do feel that there is a strong possibility we will get to see a Batgirl or also a Robin. So I want to talk about that as well, and my hopes to see Dick Grayson. So Dick Grayson, of course, the first Robin, I would love to see in this season. And not only that, I would like to see a scene where, you can just imagine Bruce Wayne going to the circus where, of course, the horrible accident, not an accident, they were basically murdered, of Dick Grayson's parents being killed during a trapeze act. So I would love to see that flashback, and not in a flashback, actually playing that live, where we get to see Dick Grayson's origin, and we get to play through that, and we get to confront Dick Grayson and decide how to take him on and take him under our wing, no pun intended. And I think seeing that scene and being able to play through that scene live, which is just a scene that is so iconic to not only Nightwing lore, but to Batman lore as well, would be absolutely amazing. And then from there, you can get into, once again, what Telltale does really well and introduce not only Dick Grayson as Robin, but also Barbara Gordon as Batgirl, and you can accelerate the rate in which they fall in love. So generally, Barbara Gordon and Dick Grayson, they fall in love and start having relationships and stuff like that in their early 20s. So Barbara Gordon usually is already in the Birds of Prey doing her own thing, and Dick Grayson is already Nightwing. I think that it would be really interesting to see them as teenagers, fall in love under the guise of Batman, which Batman would maybe strictly prohibit, and once again, I just think that would be a world of possibility. Maybe I'm completely off from what Telltale is planning with this season. I just do feel that would be a really interesting dynamic, and once again, broadening the horizons of what we got in the first season, adding on more and more layers to this story, because really it was just Batman and Alfred, and introducing all of these character dynamics can really complicate things for Batman. And we just propose a whole new set of challenges for the player in terms of how to navigate your character relationships that you have in this universe with not only Alfred, but also Batgirl, Robin, Jim Gordon, etc. So I really hope that we can get those character dynamics. My last prediction, or I guess sort of hope that I would like to see for a villain, is once again delving deeper into what we know and love about Batman lore that we've seen in comics and the animated series and the Arkham games, and that is introducing a villain that we've seen very well, and that we've seen a good bit in our time with this universe, and that is Clayface. I would also like to see Ra's al Ghul, and maybe we will see him, maybe not. That is a whole can of worms that you open up there. It's tough to sort of just, you know, scrape the surface of Ra's al Ghul. You kind of have to go right into it and into the whole, you know, League of Shadows and stuff. It's a very, very deep and lore filled world, basically. So I think that may be something they want to avoid, but Clayface is somebody that you could could look at, because we did have Blockbuster in the first season working under the Penguin, and having a villain such as Clayface, I would love to see how a boss fight would work, that Telltale would navigate for us to fight him, and we do have the Riddler, and he is sort of testing our wits and stuff like that, so having some heavy action-based characters I think would be a great benefit to the story as well. So that is my hopes for what I want to see. Of course, Dick Grayson, the first Robin, I would love to see him. Barbara Gordon as Batgirl. Alfred, of course, coming back in the game. Lucius Fox, all of those characters we'll see as well, as in addition to Jim Gordon. And I would love to see some more villains. Clayface, maybe Ra's al Ghul, and really, really delve deeper into Batman lore, and of course Telltale putting their own flair on these characters that we know and love. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up. I hope you all have enjoyed. I've got plenty of Batman the Telltale series videos coming up. I do have a Q&A on Twitter, #AskSlick, for those questions to be answered. I'm about to record that right after this video, and some other videos. If you have any particular suggestions for videos you'd like to see, leave those in the comment section below as well. Hope you guys have enjoyed once again, and I'll see you guys in the next one.